Here is the audience.
Saving Our Children from Social Media by Tenorio. Is social media truly a safe environment for our teens/tweens? Social media is slowly killing teens/tweens' social skills and is leading them to suicide. It has come to the point where social media is the true killer of this current generation. Every year, social media ruins and destroys the minds of tweens and tweens each year. Parents can play a crucial role in the success and failure of these kids. Younger teens that I've seen recently have been extremely attached to their phone very recently, and it's like the phone and social media is ruining their brain. Social media truly does kill the tweens and teens' minds by ruining their social skills, creating a toxic environment of cyberbullying, and leading them to believe that suicide is the only way out of this environment they've made on social media. Social media was created with mostly positive intentions that allow people to interact with people on the internet that aren't physically close to them. Unfortunately, social media has turned into something much more different than expected, especially in regards to younger generations. Social media can ruin teenagers by distracting them, ruin their lives, taking a toll on their social skills, and even exposing them to cyberbullying. Let's get into more detail about the problem. Social media can easily get into the teen/tweens distraction, which results in them getting off task. According to National Library of Medicine, it states that young users like teens/tweens get distracted so easily because social media's strong pull factor. Others have described it as economic appeal or temptation. Users drawn to distraction, it leads them to override their primary goals and lead them off task. This strong pull of social media has a high potential for distraction. Examples of getting distracted is when you are laying down in bed and you get a notification and you lose hours of sleep over a TikTok notification. Social media surprisingly also ruins social skills. It's pretty ironic that a social site that is supposed to help you socialize with more people ruins your social skills. So how can a site ruin your social skills when it's meant for socializing? Well, according to Horizon magazine in the article, the effects on social media communication skills, not understanding a speaker's emotion can cause you to not understand what they're trying to convey. Text can be interpreted differently because they lack emotion, and responses may not be appropriate for what they're trying to be said. Using social media excessively affected individual skills when having a face-to-face conversation. Examples of social media ruining social skills is when you are talking to teens/tweens that are affected already by social media and realize they don't understand what nonverbal communication is, like hand gestures or body movement. Social media has always had a problem with bullying to the point where it drives young users to suicide. According to U.S. News in the article, More Cyberbullying, More Suicide Thoughts Among Teens, it states that 8.9% reported being targeted cyberbullying, which had them associated with suicidal thoughts. Being a perpetrator of cyberbullying did not appear to be. Examples of cyberbullying is when two people are interacting with each other and one starts just being rude and immature or even inappropriate, and leads the other person to feel uncomfortable, offended, or even unsafe. This is what we call cyberbullying. But what solution can be implemented to stop cyberbullying? The best solution for teens/tweens is to restrict them from social medias like Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok, and so forth. If they did not have a phone, then let's keep it like that until they're 14 or in their first year of high school. A parent should reinforce this to prevent their child from ruining themselves. Your child or teen may not agree with this because they want to socialize with their friends, so let's start with a simpler solution. A better solution would be to limit their screen usage by 15 to 50% so they don't get as hooked as the other kids are. A good idea is to talk to the teen/tween about explaining the dangers of social media and trying to reason with them and explaining that they shouldn't be using social media, or trying to at least restrict themselves a little bit. But not every parent will not agree with what my statement is. Those same parents are the ones who lack a relationship with their kids and use social media as a time to pass time instead of creating meaningful relationships with other people who are in front of them. Unfortunately, the grasp of social media and its allure of far from reaching have perpetrated into all aspects of our lives, and people do not see it for the real problem it's caused for us till it's too late. What benefits are there when you remove social media from your lives? The benefits of removing social media from a teen/tween's life is affecting their social skills in a beneficial way, having them more confidence in themselves and their speaking. It also removes them from toxic habitats of social media like cyberbullying and just inappropriate messages on there. Many teens have stated that removing social media from them has truly made an impact on them that made them feel so much more positive about themselves and their confidence to speak to other people. According to medical uses today, it states that no social media can help you get better sleep as you're not distracted on your phone, reduce stress, prevent anxiety, depression, even psychological anxiety, and boost mental well-being. If no social media is implemented to the teen/tween, then it may result in ruined social skills, tired teens, and maybe even suicide from the toxic environment that they're in. Overall, social media has been ruining many young teens/tweens with their social skills, having them distracted, or even being more into the top habitat that results them into suicide. But we can take action by limiting the younger generation by censoring social media from their lives, and so they do not have a phone, wait until they're 14 or at least their first year of high school. It may be a little sibling or a young friend, but you are doing them a favor by removing social media from their lives.